killing what can't be killed.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello, and we're back. fpl-bros are back for the end of the season. Here we are, 3 or 4 weeks late, but we're doing this just for you. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. So obviously, Man City ended champions, and to be fair, it was quite a tense end to the season. I was actually in a restaurant for somebody's birthday party while they were playing the last games of the season. I don't think I've ever been in a restaurant in my life ever where practically every man and quite a few women were on their mobile phones. Nobody's singing happy birthday, nobody's ordering food. They're just watching the game.
That is crazy.
Anyway.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Yeah, we're going to just look at how the season ended for us. We might as well start with our scores. I mean, do you remember what you got on the last day of the season, or generally speaking, how do you feel about your overall score for the end of the season?
Well, I do remember because I looked at it the other day because I thought maybe they've started a new one and I thought I'll get ahead of the game, but nothing. It's not started yet, so I can't get my team ready. But I finished on 73 points, and to be honest, I think it was disappointing because I wanted, I was happy, I was semi okay with some of my leagues. I wanted to be top 3 in my leagues, all the leagues that I'm in, but and I was top 3 in 2 out of 5 of them. But in the fpl-bros league, I came 6th, which was really disappointing because top 3 wasn't that far away. It was like 30 points away. It was very much on the table, but just couldn't do it in the last few weeks. I messed up a couple of times. I think my overall points were just under 2,400, which isn't so bad. I think I must have been about 20 points off, so maybe like 2,380, something like that. But I mean, I can't knock it. I can't remember what I got last season, but it definitely wasn't anywhere near as good as that. So, and I think finally, as a closing point, I was in the final of a cup for my work league, and I lost it by 5 points. I lost it by 5 points, which was very disappointing because I really thought I had him. I had him, but it was just the way the subs bench ended up working out that I didn't get it. It was for him, that is, because he managed to get a player, and if that player came on and played a minute, then he would have had just a 1 pointer, but he got 7 points off the bench, I think.
Oh well, that's unlucky, man. I mean, 5 points. That is pretty close. You know, a goal and a bonus point, and you're right. But we're right there. You're taking that.
Painful, but oh well, it's all right.
That's the highs and the lows of football,
basically.
No, I don't think there was much between us all in the fpl-bros leagues. I got 79 on the last day, but I think that was the -4. I can't remember. And I finished in 2,388 points. And I think I was my overall rank was maybe 330 or something like that. 330,000, sorry. 330,000. I'll admit, at the time, I was kind of meh. Well, I tried, it's not too bad. Because when I very first started playing this, there was only about 3 million players, and now there's 9 million of them. So I tried to look at it in that context, but now I'm actually quite peed off about it. I wanted to do better. It's as simple as that. I read so many articles, I considered so many teams and how the managers set their team up and who's likely to play and who's likely to score and who works better in this system. And I was looking at so many stats and XG and all the rest of it. And all I've got to show for it was 330,000. Nah, man. No, I'm not happy with that at all. I'm going to do better next season. I'm losing it.
But it's an interesting one because as you know, I'm a very big Arsenal fan. And a lot of the conclusion of the season in the podcast that I listen to and the articles that I read, there's a thing that they talk about a lot, like updated expectations. Because if you talk to an Arsenal fan at different points in the season, would they have taken 5th place? If you talk to an Arsenal fan at the beginning of the season, would they have taken 5th place, 1 point off of 4th? Of course, every Arsenal fan would be like, yeah, 100%, no problem. And then if you talk to an Arsenal fan after the third game of the season and we lost 3 on the trot, they said, would you take 5th place? They would have said, yeah, 100%. But then you ask an Arsenal fan 3 months ago if they would have taken 5th place, they'd be like, no, he's crazy. What? We're going for 4th now. We're going for 4th. We've got it in the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how would you have felt? How would you have felt at the beginning of the season if you found out you were at 330,000? Sorry.
You know, I would have been mad as hell because because I want top 100,000 as a minimum, and I've only managed it once. And even in the seasons where I wasn't particularly paying attention, I remember one season I had an overall rank of like 154,000, and I remember it very well because it was the last game of the season, and Arsenal were actually playing Aston Villa, and I think it's the season that Aston Villa got relegated. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the last game of the season, and Oliver Giroud was still at Arsenal, and he'd been kind of in and out of the Arsenal team all season. He never seemed to be like a nailed-on starter under Wenger, but anyway. But then I read somewhere that Aston Villa had conceded more headed goals than anybody else in the entire league. And then I thought, well, Oliver Giroud, he's good with his head. You know, is Wenger going to play him? Who knows? But if Wenger's smart, he will play him because if anybody knows that Giroud's good with his head, it would be Wenger. So I took a -4, put Giroud in my team, and I also put Theo Walcott in my team, you know, for the lols. I thought, why not? Arsenal are probably going to give Aston Villa a good piping. So let's have 2 Arsenal attackers. I put the armband on Giroud, and I think he got a hat trick. And so I just shot up, and literally that was the extent of research I did in that particular season. I hadn't really been paying attention to football all that much. I just happened to read about Aston Villa. It was Sky Sports. It was a Sky Sports article, and they said Aston Villa can see a lot of headed goals. I thought, oh, Oliver Giroud scores a lot with his head, and that's how much effort I put in, and I ended up on 154,000. That's my long way of saying 300k.
But wait, so like ballpark, what does that? What points tally have you got aim for end of season to get to top 100k? I have no concept of what that even looks like. What is that?
How
Would you think
far
2.6,
off it?
2.4?
I think I was maybe 40 points, 30 or 40 points off top 100k. No, it's probably a bit more than that. Maybe 50 or 60 points. There was a point in the season when I realised. Sorry, go on.
Wait, so 50. So if you had 50 more points this season, so you were 288. So if you had 50 more, I mean, you were 238. So if you had 50 more points, so if you were 2,420 or 2,430, you would think that you might have got top 100k.
I think so, if I remember correctly. I mean,
that seems so small.
but anyway,
because that's an extra point a game, roughly.
Yeah,
every game, just one extra point.
But anyway, that's me. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to play it next season. We'll just wait and see what happens.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
So I mean, generally speaking, we've not got much long left on this episode. Generally speaking, what did you think of the season as a whole? You know, were there any big surprises? Were there any major disappointments? I think there were a few all round, but let me know what you think.
Big surprises. I think I was probably surprised by. I was probably surprised a lot by Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
I think if you asked me at the beginning of the season where I think he was, you know, like in the midfielders tally, like top 10. If I think he would feature, I probably wouldn't have said yes. But he was quite a high scoring midfielder.
Yeah.
And then I think biggest disappointment. I don't know. It's not an easy one. I don't know. I suppose at different points of the season there were different things because I was kicking myself like Wout Weghorst. Hated that guy. I waited like 4 weeks.
A lot of us got taken in by that fraud.
Man, double game week galore. He just sat there, scored 1 point or something.
that was hell for a lot of people.
I think he was a huge disappointment for me.
No, same. I was Jared Bowen was very impressive. Do you know, it's funny, but I need people to rewind back to the beginning of last season because I was checking a lot of the things that people were saying back then, and people were absolutely losing their over Man United having Sancho and Ronaldo. Do you remember that?
Yes, you remember
Yeah,
that.
people were losing this over
I
Lukaku.
remember.
He actually started the season quite well. I think he managed like 4 goals in 4 games.
Hmm.
And yeah, and that kind of
I
the
didn't even
season.
consider Man United. That's terrible, isn't it? Like, I didn't even think of one Man United player. I suppose a big disappointment would be. I know it's not. He wasn't disappointing overall in terms of FPL table in midfielders, but compared to last season, Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah,
and I would say also Sancho. But I didn't have any faith in Sancho, anyways.
fair enough.
Didn't you famously go big on Sancho?
Yes,
I believe you.
I did, and I honestly thought I was getting ahead of everybody else, and I was looking at you, Ron, and I was like, "Your mugs, like, how can you not see? How can you not see? You know that the points are coming, the halls are the halls are coming, like 50 goal involvements in the last 2 seasons of Borussia Dortmund. He's taking the league by storm, But again, we've short memories. What was the other thing I was reminded of? Yeah, do you remember after the Euro 2020 final,
Mhm.
Luke Shaw? People were all over Luke Shaw. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, see again.
I was never
Memories.
swayed. I was never swayed. I can't.
So,
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
I don't know. I can't get caught up on a Man United player. I really can't. I feel like there's a special place. Like, I don't even mind. Like, I think Rudiger was probably one of my most selected players this season. But and so he's a Chelsea player. I hate Chelsea. But Man United players, there's something about them. They can't stay in my team for too long.
I mean, I think generally speaking, people are going to accept that the glory days are done, and like their players are overpriced, generally speaking, and simply because of how well the team performed in the past.
Mm.
But they're not near. I mean, I'm saying all this, and for all I know, Ten Hag could be like the next Klopp or something.
I
Um,
don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see it
I'm
at
also
all.
skeptical because the thing is, the expectation at Man United is sky high. Okay,
I would say,
They're not interested in top four. They're not
yeah.
interested in winning a trophy every 2 or 3 seasons. They want
Mm.
the league. And
Hmm.
seriously, like how many the people who are most likely to deliver it to them have already got jobs.
Hmm.
They're a Man City and Liverpool. They're two of their biggest rivals. It's like it's asking for too much. And
No.
when it doesn't go their way, they're like, oh, sack the board and get rid of the Glazers and this and that, and they're not fighting for the shirt and all the
Hmm.
rest of it. But it's like, no, you're asking too much.
No,
You
for
really
real.
are.
I
Oh, we just
100%
need
believe it.
another 3 or 4 signings. We just need to spend another 250 million pounds. I'm like, really,
No,
really?
I think, I think, I think it's like a curve. You know, when you look at like a business model or like a company's performance, it's like a curve. And the thing is, Man United, for some reason, like Arsenal, we realized that we were mediocre. We realized this about 2 seasons ago. We
Mm-hmm.
realized that, all right, we're pretty. So we just got to strip everything back and start from scratch. And you need
Yeah,
a proper hatchet man at the helm. Like, look what Arteta's done. He's like,
yeah.
no, you're not even wearing the shirt. You off. You gone off to Barcelona. I'm not having it. But in Man United, they haven't got it. They still think they're good because Jose Mourinho got them second place the other season. So they think they're really close.
No, you're right. Maybe it's a case of wiping the slate clean.
They
Uh,
need to.
but anyway, again, I just don't get it. With some people, they'll point fingers when you spend money, but when they're the ones spending it, suddenly it's okay.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Anyway,
Hmm.
I don't mind saying that Jack Grealish was a big disappointment for me, and
Oh,
not only that,
huge as well. Huge.
I didn't recognize. I was like a lot of people at the beginning. I was skeptical, and I thought, oh, Pep Roulette, he's not going to play. But Pep played him constantly for the first like 10 or 12 games of the season, and by the time I realised he was getting game time, I put him in, and then he went back on the flipping bench. So
Mm.
yeah, I just got did by Pep there. And
It's only going to get worse with Pep. It is only going to get worse. It's very difficult to navigate what he does
no,
now. Can you imagine what it's going to be like next season?
I can't.
It's,
I mean, they're in the market for Cucurella, so they're going to have
yeah.
two left backs again, and who knows when Cancelo's going to play? They're talking about that boy. I can't remember his name. The next Phil Foden. What's his flipping name? He got a couple of games last season. He got a double-barreled name.
Is it Alvarez? No.
Well, they've signed him
no,
as
English
well.
guy.
But they've got this academy product. I can't just remember his flipping name at the moment. But anyway, yeah, when you find a Pep player who's playing well and you know he's going to play, you get a decent price for him. It's all good. But again, it's trying to work out who that's going to be. And again, I didn't get it quite right. I put a lot of faith in Foden last season, and it paid off here and there. But we all remember Kevin De Bruyne scoring 4 goals and then doing nothing for the rest of the season. And again, that's just how it gets you. That's how it gets you. Yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
All right, well, we're nearly coming to the end of the episode. Was there anything else you wanted to say about the season just gone?
Anything else I want to say? Overall, it was a really enjoyable season of football for me, to be honest. Like away from FPL. FPL was very enjoyable as well, actually. I think this was the season I've most paid attention to FPL, and it made me watch a lot more football, which was quite enjoyable. And I quite liked Liverpool not winning the league. I thought that was good fun. I don't think they're going to win it next season.
I hate to bring it up, but I think Klopp's only ever really got one championship in him, because that's all he managed.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Klopp, is it? Because what gets me is that City won the title and then they bought Erling Haaland, who's probably undisputed best centre forward in the world at the moment, and then these guys missed it, and then they went and bought this Darwin Núñez fella who has had half a good season at Porto in Portugal.
In Portugal, yeah.
So I don't know if the two are equate. And then they lost Mane.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit, but if I were Mane, I don't blame him because
I don't blame him at all. Get out of there. Go and have fun and buy him.
Somebody like him, he's entitled to think that he needs to be like top of the pile wherever he is. That's a fine attitude to have when you're somebody like Mane. He's entitled to feel like that. And it must have been a bit much for him to sit there listening to them singing songs about Salah all the time. And after a while it gets to you, doesn't it? The guy won his country Cup of African Nations. He got his country to the World Cup, and they're still singing songs about Salah. So,
and that's facts as well. And to be honest, if Mane wasn't there for the second half of the season, Liverpool wouldn't even have a sniff towards second place. They were not playing well
100%.
Without Mane. He
dragged
them to the second
position.
position.
Was incredibly important, fantastic footballer. He does it all, and he just thought, nope, I want to be the big fish. That's fine. And Bayern are saying, come be the big fish. There's no Lewandowski, or he'll be on his way out probably. I'm going to go to Bayern and be the big fish. Why the hell not?
Although, did you see Bayern's announcement tweet?
No.
I mean, I wanted to ask you about it because you were in Germany for a little while, right?
Yeah.
So they said they announced him, but they said it like with when you click translate on Twitter, it comes up as slave Sadio.
Oh my god! I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, these Germans! One thing I will say about them, Germans generally speaking, they're quite unfiltered.
Yeah.
In this country, if somebody's thinking, looks at you and he's thinking, "Oh boy, you need to eat it," he'll be like, "Oh, how's it going, mate? How's your weekend?" Well, it's in Germany. If a German's thinking, "Oh, he needs to eat it," he'll walk up to you and go, "Hey, you, eat it." So that's the only complexion I can put on that. But I'm gonna have to check that out.
I can't remember what word it was, but it seemed like everyone underneath it who were fluent in both languages said, "Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it." But it was just the translate tweet didn't look good at all.
No, I feel like I need to check that out. But yeah, I swear, Germany football is wild. I've probably told you about how they behave, throwing toilet rolls at anybody who takes a corner kick from the opposition. And what's the other thing they like to do? Some of the insults I can't repeat them. They're just so bad. But anyway, yeah, good luck to the guy, and hopefully it all works out there for him, and hopefully he'll feel a lot loved a lot more love than he obviously felt when he was at Liverpool.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
All right,
Yeah,
then.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. Obviously, if you're listening on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe and help us out, and it doesn't cost you anything. And also check us out on Twitter at fpl_bros. And apart from that, that's it from me. Obviously, we'll be returning soon to have a look at to preview the start of the 22-23 season. But yeah, for now, see you guys later. Till next time.
Till next time, guys.